Welcome back everybody to part 3. In this part we're going to maximize our utility function, which we're given in part 2 or question 2, I don't know, question 2.2. Also, I noticed that the left hand of the screen kind of got chopped off in the last video. Sorry about that. I'm too lazy to go back and redo it though, but I'll make sure that doesn't happen this time. So we have the value of this and this, and we're asked to find the optimal f. So we want to maximize u with respect to f, which is going to amount to taking the derivative of u with respect to f, setting that equal to 0, and solving for an optimal f. So let's do it. Okay, so the derivative of u with respect to f is going to be equal to, so in this first part, we're going to get a minus I, and then we're going to get everything out of that second part. Now we have a plus a over 2, and then this equation, so f squared, we're going to get a 2f, and then there are no f's in here, so for the chain rule, we get nothing. This all just comes along for the ride. These, of course, will cancel. And then we're going to set this equal to 0. And we're going to solve for f. So we will move something. Oh, I'm sorry. This is why I'm confused, because I wrote a plus sign here, not a minus sign. I knew that that whole other side should just go over nicely. Sorry about that. So this is a minus sign. Okay, so now we're going to get AF times sigma s squared plus 2 sigma SR plus sigma r squared is equal to s plus r minus I plus sigma SR. And then F is just equal to s plus r minus I plus sigma SR divided by A times all of this, sigma s squared plus 2 sigma SR plus sigma r squared. And we're done. Now the question asks us, what happens if an investor is infinitely risk averse? And we know that the risk aversion parameter is A. So we'll just take a limit, and it's very easy to see just from looking at it that this will be equal to 0, which makes sense. So I think I'll stop here. But before I do, let's talk about what we found. So f, what does this all mean? I mean, because the next questions are interpretation, and to interpret it well, we should know what our equation means, not just see a bunch of letters. So f is the optimum foreign assets. So this is optimum amount of risky asset. So we had two differential equations here. We had that df and we had ds, but these are both risks of the same thing, which is the foreign asset. There are only two assets in this economy. The foreign asset, which has a return s plus r, and then the riskless asset, the domestic asset, which has a return of s plus r, at least a deterministic return, and then the domestic asset has a return of I, a return of I. So if you look up here, you can actually see that this is the excess return, that you have s plus r plus the variance, and then minus I. So this is the risky rate of return. It's like when we look at CAPM or something, this is going to be your RM, and then your I is going to be your RF. And that's your riskless rate of return. And on the bottom here, all of this is just a measure of risk. This is the variance of the risky asset. And we have this covariance term here because there are two sources of risk in the risky asset. So all we're saying is that the amount of F that you hold is going to be equal to the amount of money that you can hope to gain from holding that asset, but then mediated by the amount of risk that you're exposing yourself to when you hold that asset. So it's quite intuitive. It makes a lot of sense. I hope that this was helpful. Maybe I can do some more if people want to see it. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you.